Hello guys, and welcome back to Tenacious Trading Group. So this video will probably be trade of the week. It comes very close to NQ, but I'll let you guys make that choice. So I'm just gonna go over the potential A-star trade or potential A trade and why it is a contender of trade of the week. So right now, based off my 5 minute, price is bearish. And how do I know that? Because we are above the 200 SMA. In terms of the 1 minute, we're not going to get there yet, but I'm going to use the 1 hour chart. So on the 1 hour chart, it looks like price might potentially be bullish, and the reason why I say that is because we technically have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and there's a likelihood that price might still continue making higher highs and higher lows, as I am not sure if price is going to disrespect this 200 SMA level and make its way back up. Hence why I was very skeptical to take this trade based off my 5 minute, because I didn't know if on my 1 hour if price wanted to shoot higher or if price was gonna start to disrespect the 200 SMA and start making its way lower. So due to that, I just took a step back, analyzed, and then just waited for some confirmation that, yeah, you know what, price actually wants to go down. It actually wants to make lower lows and potentially lower highs. So as we are below the 200 SMA based on my 5 minute, and obviously we've clearly had this market structure break over here, then this is an area where price might want to come back, tap something to our left, and then continue to make lower lows and lower highs. So essentially I could draw out my fib from this high to this low. I mean, I can also draw it from this high to that low, but I would just prefer to use this area here. And obviously within this, we do have SBS, where this is my 1, this candle's my 2, this candle's my 3, obviously we've already had 4, and potentially this is my 5. We've had the sweep. Again, it's not the cleanest SBS, but as you guys already know, sometimes SBS ain't going to be clean, the sequence. So obviously we've had that sweep, we've had our 1 and 2, we've had our 3, we've had our 4 and 5. So right now, based off structure, if this is my weak low, let me just move it like that, and if this is my protected high, right now everything inside of this is just internal structure. So right now it looks like we're just in the pullback phase where price wants to pull back, tap into something on our left, and then start making its way back down. So in this case here, we made a high, we made a higher low, a low low, sorry, we made a higher low, and now we should be able to make a lower high. So in this case here, what are we doing right now? We're just in the pullback leg where price is making higher highs and higher lows. However, we might now tap into something on our left, and then suddenly price will start to make lower lows and lower highs. So obviously we've already mitigated the 618 level, but is this enough for me to now try and take this trade? No, I still want some extra confirmation that price wants to actually head back down. So now when I go down to my 1 minute, time frame, I can see that price is in an uptrend based off internal structure, because if this is my 5 minute protected high up here and this is my 5 minute weak low, right now everything inside of this is just internal structure. So we can clearly see that we was making a high, a low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So it's clear to say that price is in a uptrend based off internal structure. We're gonna let price play out. So we had that first flip right here. And a lot of the time, if you want to be aggressive, you can enter off the first flip. However, if you want to be safe and rather to be sorry, then you're gonna wait for a confirmed market structure break based off the 1 minute, and then you'll start to potentially take action. and then obviously if you let price play out. So even if you entered off the first flip, that's a winning trade right there. However, if you just waited for price to give yourself a confirmed flip, now we can start planning and start trying to look for a trade. So we don't quite have, I'm going to be completely honest, let me just let price play out quickly. We don't quite have the cleanest SBS, but as I say, you're not always going to have the cleanest SBS, but as long as you have context behind it, then overall there should be no issue on why you're trying to look for a trade within that zone, or that particular area, to help you take the trade lower. So we've had our 1, we've had our 2, we've had our 3, we've had our 4, and then potentially we've had our 5. You could say that price has tapped into this area of, well, not yet, but potentially. Let's just let price play out. Let's see. Yeah, so price has tapped into this area of supply. Yeah, so price has tapped into this area of supply and demand, and obviously if you got if from this high to this low, price has also tapped the 618 level. So whether you wanted to enter off the 61.8, happy days, no problem right there. And then whether you wanted to enter, actually, you know what, let's take it a step back. We go there. Okay, so we will sell. So stop above here, take profit at the low, but obviously you could always scale out, take profit 1 there, take profit 2, as you guys already know with SBS. And then as you let price play out, see, so you'd have hit the first take profit at a 1-to-1. So now if you wanted to scale out, whether that means taking out some partials, whether that means taking out everything, whether that means taking out some partials and then moving this up to break even, or letting price run but moving this up to break even, then that could be what you want to do. You could also take out some partials, obviously if you're not quite happy with entering off the 618, then we actually do get a, I wouldn't say CSS, I call it the S&D flip, but we'll just call it the CSS for now, as I am still cooking with that, and it still need to collect more data. But obviously you could have entered from here, and then this could have also been your trade. So let's see if that's gonna work here. Yeah, so that one here could have also been your trade, and yeah, as you let price play out, bang. So whether you entered off the 61.8 or whether you entered off the SD flip / CSS, either way, both are winners for you. And this all came from me understanding where we are on the higher time frame. So I understood that price was bearish based off my 200 SMA. I understood that we had bearish structure. I understood that potentially price was respecting bearish order flow, because we did have this imbalance here. You guys already know I don't really use imbalances like that, but if someone did out there, then that's a nice way to see potentially, okay, cool, price might want to fill this and start making its way back down. When I go down to my 1 minute, price is also below the 200 SMA. We have bearish order flow. We also flipped bearish, because remember, at one point we was making higher highs and higher lows, and then we started to make lower lows and lower highs. So just by me being able to understand where we are within internal structure, I can now frame my day with my external structure, which would have been the 5 minute, and then now I could have been able to potentially have a game plan. And then obviously the game plan was shorts, and it worked perfectly fine. And I'll say that this was trade of the week, potentially A star. Again, it's not about catching 15 RRs and 100 RRs. It's just about understanding that price really moved smoothly in terms of the game plan and what I wanted, and you can't get any better than this. But it does come very close to NQ, but I'll let you guys be the judge for that. But Enki will come on a separate video. But yeah, thanks for everyone for watching. I'm wishing you guys, wherever you guys are in the world, I wish you guys a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. But always remember, guys, that victory belongs to the most tenacious. Peace. Have a good day. Ciao.